Hey everyone, I'm back. It's chapter 25 time. I took a little bit of a break because of the anime and the cliffhanger and the manga, but now I'm back and it's time to get some answers. So first things first, let's start with you, Shaoran. Are you a clone? Is Kaito doing some magic to obscure your image? Are you Akiho in a wig? I can't wait to get into this chapter because I'm sure it's going to be a huge exposition. What? What's that? This chapter doesn't resolve any cliffhanger? What could possibly be more important than that? Akiho's backstory? Oh, well never mind then. Get to the back of the line, Shaoran. We have more important things to talk about. Akiho's backstory is something that I've been wanting for a long time, and I have to say it's totally fitting for a Clamp character. We learn that Akiho was born to a family of magicians. Every one of them has some sort of unique power, and when she's born, they all assume she's going to have one too, which is fair enough. But as she gets older, she doesn't show any capacity for magic, and slowly her clan begins to ignore her. She's a disappointment. On top of that, it looks like her parents are gone, or at least can't tell who's who with everyone's hood up. And also, in this entire clan of magicians, there's no one around who's Akiho's age, so she has no peers or friends. So like every lonely kid on the face of the earth, she turned to books to cope, because the characters in those books will always be her friends. Sorry, what's that? I'm supposed to be sad? Yeah, sorry, I don't do sad. I only do indifferent and angry, maybe happy on a good day. Still, that's a pretty rough upbringing, and the chapter doesn't really explain the implications of this, but I'm wondering if maybe this hints at Kaito's ultimate plan is to actually save Akiho from a life without magic. Maybe he's trying to use the clear cards to transfer power to Akiho. If Sakura was able to cut Ariel's magic in half at the end of the first series, maybe Kaito believes that Sakura can give a portion of her magic to Akiho. Which, if that's the case, then Kaito, seriously? I'm pretty sure you could just ask. I guarantee she wouldn't say no. After this segment, Akiho and Sakura both wake up, crying, having both experienced the same dream depicting Akiho's young life. This time though, Akiho acknowledges that this dream is about her, or her old life before coming to Tomoeda. Momo also brings up the whole that time thing that is alluded to in the anime and the manga. This series is building to something. Maybe Kaito's plan is on a time limit, or maybe Akiho does have latent powers that will actually awaken at some point. Kaito is a magician with time-based powers. Maybe he's seen the future. While Akiho's family gave up on her because she's already 12 or 13 and has no magic, Kaito has seen that she will come into her powers eventually, like this one squid magician said earlier when he suggested that she must have a magnificent power, she's just not old enough to wield it yet. And yes, I said squid magicians, because people say the robes look like squids, and I'm inclined to agree. So after that downer of a first half, the second half of the chapter is much more lighthearted and fun. Sakura invites Akiho over and they learn how to make croquet. Croquettes? Something like that. Except good news, they're not deep frying them. Lastly, we turn over to Kuro, who reveals he was using the opportunity to spy on and assess Akiho, determining for certain that she has no magic. Which, if you ask me, that is not very reliable. Think about it, Mizuki and Ariel both had the ability to conceal their magical auras, though Mizuki's didn't work up close and Kuro could see through it. But Ariel was able to use a magical cloak that worked even up close. But Ariel was able to cast a cloaking ability that worked up close. And Kaito, who is acknowledged as being stronger than Ariel at this point, is certainly capable of casting that kind of magic. Plus, let's not forget that Kuro is incredibly dense. Remember that when he met Suppi, even though Suppi is obviously not a natural creature, Kuro just shrugged it off, despite how obviously fake the fairy excuse was. I'm sorry, Kuro, but you are not made for intelligence work. I would definitely get a second opinion. This meeting between Sakura and Akiho might be leading into something else as well. Earlier in the series, Sakura mentioned her father's library to Akiho, and that maybe next time she came to Sakura's house, she could see it. And Sakura hints at that in this chapter. We don't see exactly what she was going to ask her father, but it's easy enough to guess. I have a feeling maybe when Akiho goes into that library, something important is going to happen. Maybe it'll trigger something in Akiho, or they'll find another magic book down there. I'm still hanging on the feeling that the manga is drawing to a close, considering all the things that are being revealed so quickly. Kaito's vague history, Akiho's backstory, Shaoran's behind-the-scenes activities. Oh yeah, speaking of Shaoran, the chapter ends with Yue declaring he's going over to see Shaoran personally. Confrontation, Yue vs. Shaoran number 2! I'll be honest, as cliffhangers go though, I would rather hold on this than this. Actually, I want to talk about this some more, so for those who aren't keeping up with the anime, I'll give you now to skip ahead because I'm about to comment on it. Okay, good. The anime changed this confrontation to be Akiho in the hood instead of Shaoran, and then the anime season ended. As of this recording, we don't know what we're getting to resolve the story, whether it'll be another season of anime or we get a movie. It really depends on how much more of the manga there is left. I feel like the anime was trying to be more direct, that the cloaked figure is and always has been Akiho, but the manga wanted to throw us for a loop for the sake of drama. Or maybe it was to imply that Sakura is seeing Shaoran where he isn't, because he's always on her mind, invading her thoughts and dreams and distracting her. It's understandable that Sakura would have Shaoran on the brain. Not only is he her boyfriend, but he's a boyfriend she knows is hiding something important from her. Who knows, maybe it won't be too long before an entire page of manga looks like this. On a positive note, let me do the opposite of what I usually do in my anime vlogs and comment about how much I love the art in this chapter, specifically the illustrations and the Akiho backstory. They're like a little storybook, simple but expressive. I'd almost want to see the mini cloaked figures as like little helpful spirits in something, maybe ones that aren't so judgmental about your magical capacity. The rest of the art in this chapter is fun as always, especially the parts recreating the cooking scene Sakura had with Tomoyo earlier in the series. As always with Clamp, the writers try to tug at your emotions for a little bit and then slap you with a bunch of cheerful stuff so the impact never goes in too deep. But anyway, that's chapter 25. I'll see you next time.